Okay, so let's get started today's trade recap. Ended up taking one trade in silver, which was a win, 3R. And I actually took this on ELOS because, like, again, my fund is can't really take this trade. It's a little bit too expensive for them. And there's a reason I didn't take it in gold, which I'll go over. Arguably that I could have probably waited and taken on gold, with a later entry, like once silver CSEs like here. But we'll go over that. And then yeah, that's it. I mean, I got pretty lucky because one of these accounts didn't pass, so I can show the executions. But yeah. All right, so stuff from the daily. Actually, the weekly also pretty important. So we hit these key levels right here. This relevant swing goal, I would say. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty spaced out. But the fact that we just ran this low, it's like pretty important. You see, like just like digging the weekly, right? This weekly fair value gap. Hit both of these lows. We reverse, like very obvious. We want to trade higher, right? So I mean, our drawn liquidity would be this gap, right? So we already traded into this gap prior to today. So we want to see how we react off of it. Same thing here in silver, literally like the same exact thing. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty one-sided week here. Can't really, like, even if you end up reversing from this gap, it's just gonna be in the form of closing back into the range. We can't really expand past the weekly open. On both of these two assets. Of course, gold doesn't trade towards the weekly open. It doesn't even get there, but yeah. So we expand, right? We kind of leave, like, this is kind of consolidation here. Yeah, from this low on the, especially on the lower time frame. From this low to this high, right? This is a consolidation. So ideally we manipulate this, or like this low at the very least. Ideally it's this, but we don't, so we filter and manipulate the high, right? So we can get a new phase of price. Look at this, right? We expand a lot of days in this week. This is Monday, so expand one day from Friday, expand Monday, expand Tuesday, also expand Wednesday. At some point, right, we're gonna get probably a two-stage crack. That's gonna cause potentially a reversal or a retracement. So the logic behind longs here is that I'm assuming this is a retracement overall on both of these two assets. At least for this week. Like yeah, like so sorry, I'm a little bit sick. So at least for this week right here, this should be probably a retracement lower. Right? I'm assuming this gap's gonna hold. Because the weekly candle really can't close bearish, especially on gold, honestly. But so there were shorts here, right? This is literally two-stage. It's gonna be BSP confirmed by SMT. Areas expand, right? You can trade towards internal. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So we just expand, right? This is the SMT right here. Just expand. And then we put in a swing point, right? Honestly, I don't know what gold. Like, ideally trade gold because it's pretty, like, since it's inside daily, right? It didn't inverse this 4-hour gap. That's pretty good. Technically didn't, neither did silver, but yeah, so it's probably better to trade gold. I just trade silver because of the lower time for the signatures, which I liked a little bit more. But yeah. So so expand lower. We put in a swing point at 2, right? And what we do afterwards is, honestly, especially, yeah, this is like, this looks like a retracement, almost consolidation. Not really, because we're taking the lows. But yeah, like here, like this is consolidation, then we take the lows, we kind of displace higher. So this is a retracement, or especially on silver, right? This is very obvious. Like this is a retracement. So then we engage with the low today, right? Engage with the low today. I'm pretty sure I had this drawn out right here on this candle, right? And this candle closes PSP. Now again, this is actually confirmed prior to that with this close right here. I mean, with this lower time frame SMT. Well, yeah, let's go over why I didn't trade gold. I traded silver. Now, of course, my drawn liquidity was not gonna be the opening price. It's kind of far. If you try to be greedy, like on gold, you can probably have this gap. On silver, it's very obvious to me. It should be this gap. Here, so there's no gap. What you can do, I think it's probably, yeah, like this is honestly, it was the better TP to take, in my opinion. You can still, like, this is still 3R, by the way, to this 4-hour intern, like, 4-hour gap. So really, like, don't gotta overcomplicate it. But we could have definitely used, I could have personally used the 6-hour. Yeah, that was like taken from one of the Forge's instructors here, like up until the 6-hour. So just very smart here. Like, it makes sense, right? Especially because this is an EQ. You can see it's exactly at EQ. But yeah, nonetheless, look at this 4-hour. It's plain of RR. I don't really need anything past this. Like, realistically, I'm not trying to be greedy. The day is probably not gonna expand past this, right? Because like technically this is like expansions, or like PM session is probably gonna consolidate, which is actually, it's just actually happening here. I think because it does close sooner. I believe it should close sooner. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, because of the holiday. Yeah. Either way, so just like we're probably not gonna expand in PM session, so I don't know if this gap's gonna be reached unless 10 gets there. We're probably just gonna not really expand higher. Yeah. So let's go. So again, we print this inside a new week opening gap. Very obvious that if we're gonna go higher, it has to be off of this. Literally, this is the last chance to trade back into the range. Like, this low here is the key level. Like, this is perfect, right? This is like, that's why I took on silver. I don't know. It's not really like the key level, even though of course we get SMT. Like, where this is happening is a lot stronger to me. It's a lot like more relevant. And it kind of, in my opinion, kind of shows on the lower time frame, but you can't really go wrong. Like, when both classes are reversing, you can take both. Again, like, of course, gold got to the, I mean, honestly, the lower time frame was so ass. I don't know, like, but gold got to this high first, so of course that's when we're breaking in, like, by this point, right? But the point, gold got to this high right here on this candle right before 10. Look at where silver is opening up, right? We're assuming that this is gonna fail. If this is a true reversal, this SMT here shows a close proximity, it's gonna fail, right? Look at this. We also leave equal highs right there. I mean, this is pretty clean. All right, so about talking the higher time, we're just talking about entry here. So when I see this, right, I really like it because this low is protected by SMT. This can be considered an injection block. It's kind of mad, whatever. It's like, just like we trade lower to put in SMT and then we V-shape CSD, right? It's just kind of this candle that's in the way. But that's the candle that put, right? Look at this. That's the candle that put SMT, so it makes sense to me. That's like this. And then we V-shape on every asset. This is the only thing is that this CSD, this OB is pretty small. It's very close to this. We're not really displacing through, right? Like, ideally, honestly, I would like to get this, not this, right? Because, like, if you look at this high, right? Like, this high is protected by this OB here, right? So technically here, I would need this to trade gold. You can see we just really don't get it. Like, it's V-shape. It's just, it kind of takes a little bit, right? So this was pledged. You wait for this, which is like pretty smart. Like, if you want to trade gold, you have to wait for this. Like, it makes sense you trade this. Or, I don't know, perhaps 3 minutes? See, 3 minutes looks pretty ominous. Oh no, this looks so bad. This looks pretty bad. Like, we do get this 3 minute here, which is a little bit better. It's lost a gap. So that's fine. But yeah, like, technically this is V-shape. It just takes a little bit of time, but it's V-shape. Yeah, so like, you have to wait for this if you want to trade. So I just didn't want to wait for this. And I should try to silver here. I enter market. I put my stop around this low. I think it was the bodies here that I used. Not entirely sure. Let's see. I think this is yeah, my fill was a little bit worse to the point. Yeah, I was like this. So per the bodies, my fill was right here. Actually, my fill was here on the account that I ended up passing, but it wasn't on the other account. So yeah, you see a little bit slightly worse fill. But yeah, I just enter there. Honestly, this looks pretty gross here, like no wicks and stuff like that. If I go to micro silver, it looks a little bit cleaner. Right. So we create this OB in a V-shape manner. This kind of is the PSP wire, micro PSP, like wire. Then we retest the OB in the V-shape, and then we start expanding higher. And then gold gets this fucking candle. Look at this candle here, crazy. This is a lower time constraint switch. Would they even leave this open? And yeah, I mean, well, that's the trade. Very simple. I did yap quite a bit to explain this. That's the reasoning why I didn't take gold. You could definitely take it, but you gotta wait for this, like for sure. Like in my opinion, this is a little bit of a risky entry. Especially you see how close it gets to this slow. Kinda don't wanna see that. Now we don't invalidate, like for sure we don't invalidate EQ of this. Yeah, you can see we don't close below EQ of this OB. But you kinda don't wanna see this either way. I really like this, so I just took it here. It's very simple. Like you can trade both assets. Like if they're reversing, you can't really go too wrong. And they're gonna trade to the same draw, right? I think this offers better RR though. Let's see. Would I use the bodies? I don't know, because this Wix is kind of I'll probably put like that. Let's see. Yeah, so this gives you a little bit better RR. Right, if you use the bodies, limit 4. But I don't care, because like this happens first. I rather get in the trade, right? Because this I can trust this to, like, actually, yeah, if you get a nice fill, it's 3.4. So it really doesn't matter. I rather be in a trade and like wait for this asset to print a little bit nicer signature. It's like it's clearly reversing, but if we're not enter this, I gotta wait. So I just rather enter here. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing for me on these and oils. Like oil is like, if you're shorting oils, it's kind of fading. The whole daily, even weekly profile. So I don't know. Let's see where they are. Yeah, like you're probably just shorting a retracement here, which is fine. You can definitely do it. Right. I just like, I'm not a fan of this. Right here in silver, for example, I was fading the daily candle. Even gold, you'll be feeling the daily candle because this is a retracement, but it makes sense because the weekly supports it, right? The weekly, the 4 hour. This is literally like everything, every like weekly, 4 hour, like 1 hour, 90 minute, every time frame here support expansion. Yeah. So here are the executions. I think I took it a little bit higher than this just to, yeah, and like this was my shitty ass fill. It's unlucky. Like it's a little bit, it's like 2.5 R or around 2.5 R. Yeah. So I mean, pretty unlucky, but at least I get to show executions, so that I'm not like lying about this. So yeah, that's gonna be it. That was my only trade for today. I already logged off for the rest of the day, and yeah, we're just enjoying my day. Probably not gonna be trading tomorrow. I think I might look at indices, but I'm not gonna be putting on risk. It's definitely not worth it in my opinion. It's gonna be very weird. Like only indices are open. It closes like sooner. What is it, like 9:15? I think it's market close. Like it's so weird wherever. Like unless you get an entry prior to NFP, there's really not much you can do. So yeah. That's gonna be it.